Okay, here's a lecture on social media as news. Okay, this is very interesting for us right now because everyone is using their smartphones in order to record events and then share them around the world. So what that means is that now, because of smartphones, we are all journalists, smartphone journalists. Okay, there's good points and bad points to this. Okay. The good points is that you can get information a lot quicker. Anyone can record anything and send it around the world. The bad point is that nobody really knows if it's true. Nobody really knows what is the standard of journalism. Okay, how good are the journalists using a smartphone? Okay, do they come from a TV show or are they just somebody with a smartphone on the street? Okay. But what we do get is lots and lots of live recordings of people and events. Here's a big one for the coronavirus. One thing happened in Europe and America was people were fighting over toilet rolls in the supermarket. During the coronavirus in Europe, there are many videos. This is one. This is another one. This one is actually in Australia where two women were fighting over toilet rolls. Okay, let's have a look and see what a smartphone journalist recorded from this event. Let's have a look.
Tensions flared at Woolworths Chullora around 7 o'clock this morning when three women became involved in a toilet paper tussle.
I just want one pack. No, not one pack.
Staff rushed to aisle 11 to intervene.
Yeah, it's unfair. You need to stop.
Call the police.
I'm calling the police.
It's not the Thunderdome. It's not Mad Max. We don't need to do that.
Officers spoke to a 49-year-old woman who told them she'd been assaulted. No arrests have been made, but police are looking for the other two women.
It's just bad behaviour by people that are panicking, and there's no need for any of that panic.
Woolworths released a statement saying, "We will not tolerate violence of any kind from our customers in our stores, and we are working with police who are investigating the matter."
This is a time for people to remain calm, a time for Australians to pull together, to work together, to respect their fellow citizens.
Health authorities are urging people not to bulk buy, concerned the elderly and other vulnerable groups will suffer.
There's no reason to have months' worth of supplies at home. It makes no sense whatsoever.
Coles and Woolworths have placed temporary limits of 4 packets of toilet paper per customer, which Coles says should last the average family of 4 around 12 weeks. The supermarkets say they're working closely with suppliers to restock the shelves as quickly as possible, with manufacturers increasing production to meet the unusual demand. But with supermarket shelves still empty, customers are clearly fed up.
Just very typically Australian.
In what way?
Shameful.
Are they going to stockpile it under their house? I have no idea. Oh.
Wait is 3 days, no got it.
Some are resorting to paper napkins as an alternative.
So there you see an example of a smartphone journalist recording something that happened live there. Okay. What about this topic, which is kind of related, YouTubers as TV talent? More people are using the internet to get their TV shows now. So big stars around the world, where you have the biggest Japanese YouTuber over here, the biggest YouTuber in the world from Sweden, there's one from the UK, and a couple from the US. Okay, so it's becoming bigger and bigger. More people are watching YouTube stars and less TV stars. Just in Japan alone, I think Hajime is probably the most famous star from YouTube, but there's other YouTubers there you can see. Here's a few other ones. But I think Hajime, he's the number one. Very popular. Let's have a look at some data. Yeah, we got Hikakin TV is also very, very big. He's got 2 or 3 channels. Hajime there. And Hikakin also is talking to the governor of Tokyo. So that's why they are becoming more and more important because even politicians want to talk to them to get their message out, particularly about the coronavirus. So that normally means they're becoming more and more famous. Here's Kathika. We're going to be looking at a lot of her videos. She makes Japanese culture videos. She's half Japanese, half German. So she is a YouTuber who gives a lot of content about Japanese culture. Okay, let's look at some negative sides. So, narcissism and the selfie. What does that mean? That means people looking at themselves all the time using YouTube, social media, Instagram, that kind of thing. So this is more the dark side of the internet. Maybe you know what happened to these two Korean pop stars. You got Kuhara and Sulli there. Sulli committed suicide, and then her best friend Kuhara copied her a bit later on. So they are very, very high Instagram users, okay, very, very beautiful, good looking and popular, but even for them, having their life on the internet was too strong, and they started to be affected heavily by all the negative comments from people. Okay, so the bad side is very, very bad indeed. Because a lot of apps and websites and social media is about looking good, images, okay, trying to be a popular Instagram star or YouTube star. So there's websites about how beautiful or ugly you are, social apps to try and meet the best looking people. And sometimes it can be very dangerous. People taking selfies. Here's some warning signs about not using your smartphone in dangerous situations. Okay, many people have died from taking selfies. Let's have a look at some crazy behavior. Here's some Russian people in Japan trying to take a selfie over the train line. All right, here's another guy standing in front of a train and then jumping out the way, hopefully. Here's a photo shoot, a dangerous photo shoot, where the guy is holding the camera and taking photos at the same time. Very, very dangerous. Also, here are some tourists coming to Japan, using their selfies and going into the cherry blossom trees to take pictures, just to get the image to post on their Instagram or at their social media account. So very, very, very bad actions. So things like streaming services in Twitter, Periscope, things like that. Also Instagram Live and Twitter Live. Recently, in the last few weeks, Zoom has been very, very popular. People have been using that as a social media tool and a business tool. And I think maybe the biggest one at the moment is the Instagram Live, posting your life live on Instagram. Maybe you can even do that with your phones right now. So that's a quick lecture on how social media is changing news and entertainment. Okay.